Afternoon, Owls fans. This is John Nagel, your Owls TV broadcaster, and we're coming to you from Shortridge High School in Indianapolis, Indiana, home of the PAAC Conference Tournament. Owls took the first match versus Shortridge in 2 sets, 25-10, 25-7. Owls are getting ready to face the Liberty Christian Lions. With that win, Owls are now 21-10 on the year. We do have a injury report, unfortunately. Do have senior setter Chloe McGrew is out with a concussion that she suffered during the Newcastle game and will not be in. Be a lineup change. Elise Garrett has moved up into the setter position for the Owls. Also report that Helen Beach is on the bench and Street Coast with dealing with a knee injury. Owls are getting ready to start, and also happy to report the middle school teams sitting behind the high school bench. They were winners of their conference tournament this morning, making them a 3-time champion of the PAAC tournament. For the starting lineup for the Owls, we will have number 15, junior Michael Ivy. Number 1, freshman Annie Elvin. Number 10, freshman Rosie Bracken. Number 3, junior Katie Scott. Number 14, junior Daisha Carmichael. And number 22, senior Khalees Garrett. And number 6, Laura Nagel will be coming in as libero. Owls will be in the near court in the white jerseys with the yellow numerals. And Liberty Christian will be in the far court with the red jerseys and the gold numbers. Owls faced the Liberty Christian Lions earlier in the season and easily defeated them in 3 sets. And we're getting ready to start here. Not 100% sure what the holdup is. Guess we had to get the right ball. And we're getting ready to start. And Katie Scott will be back to serve for the Owls. And we're off. She should send it to the back corner. Back row attack from the Lions. Nagel handles it. Scott. Free ball sent over from Ivy. Cross court attack into the block of Bracken and Ivy. And that's a point for the Owls. They take a 1-0 lead. Scott back to serve again. And it's an ace for Scott. We'll attack. Elvin handles it. Garrett, Ivy, and that's going to be pushed out of bounds. And that'll be the Lions' first point as the Owls lead 2-1. Nagel to Garrett. Elvin sends it down the line for the kill. And number 17, freshman Corinne Meyer will come in for Rosie Bracken. She'll be back to serve. Fortunately, I don't have any rosters for the other team. But we only care about the Owls really anyways. Meyer to serve. And Ivy tips it over. Point for the Owls. Now up 3-1. Oh. Check that. Owls did not get the point. Liberty Christian got the point. Not sure what the call was there. And serve into the net. And the words of Mark Terry, ball don't lie. So serve goes right back to the Owls. That'll be Annie Elvin back to serve for the Owls, leading 4-2. Outside. Owls get tangled up there. And it goes out of bounds. That'll be the third point for the Lions. Owls still holding on to a 1-point lead. Short serve and doesn't make over the net. That's an easy point for the Owls. Now up 5-3. Junior Mia Morrison enters the lineup for the Owls. Ivy back to serve. A high attack. Carmichael sends it over. Free ball. Meyer to Ivy. Carmichael. Pushed over the block. Garrett dives in, sending it over one-handed. Tipped over. And Meyer gets a hand on it, but can't get it up to where everybody else can get it to it. And point goes to the Lions. They now are Owls still leading 5-4. Nagel pushes it to Garrett and that sails out of bounds. And we're tied at 5 points apiece. Meyer to Garrett. And Morrison with the big swing. And down the back corner, and Owls can't get there. And Liberty Christian takes the lead, 6-5. Meyer. Garrett pushes it over the net. Tip. Meyer's there. Nagel sends it to the back to the middle. Ivy sends it over. Free ball sent over. Meyer to Garrett. Carmichael. And that doesn't clear tape. And that'll be a point for the Lions. Now leading 7-5. Nagel, Garrett tips it over, finds a hole. Point for the Owls. Rosie Bracken returns to the lineup for the Owls. Khalees Garrett will be back to serve. There's an ace for Garrett. Owls now tied at 7. Another ace for Khalees Garrett. Owls have retaken the lead, 8-7. And it's tipped over along, landing on the Owl side. We're tied at 8 points apiece. High serve, Morrison to Garrett. Carmichael. And net violation on the Owls. Liberty Christian leading 9-8. Nagel to Garrett. Free ball over by Carmichael. And that'll be good for a side out for the Owls. Alvin returns to the lineup for the Owls. Laura Nagel will be back to serve. And we're all tied up at 9 points apiece. Low fast serve from Nagel. Free ball, Garrett. Nagel with the out-of-system set to Alvin. She sends it cross court. There's the middle. Garrett digs it up. Ivy sets up Alvin. She sends it on the line for the kill. Owls have retaken the lead, 10-9. Cross court serve from Nagel. And Morrison with the block. Owls are up 2, 11-9. Low fast serve again. And the Lions aren't going to get that one back over, and that'll be a point for the Owls. They're now up 12-9. Want to thank O'Neill and Associates, gained from unique, individualized custom plan using an independent perspective. With more than 15 years of dedicated personalized service, O'NeillAssociates.com. Contact them at 765-896-9553. Gaddis Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the official sponsors of the Dodge Report. Post-game comments by Coach Dodge. So when you shop for a new or used vehicle, you're shopping for quality and reliability with Gaddis. Once upon a child, where they buy and sell gently used kids' clothing, shoes, toys, and baby gear. Recycle your children's nearly new items and get paid on the spot. I want to thank all of our sponsors and appreciate their support of Burris Athletics as well as Burris Volleyball. Always stop in and tell them you heard about them on the Cube. Owls are up 12-9, and Laura Nagel back to serve. Excuse me. Middle attack. Ivy. Nagel with the out system set. Alvin sends it over. Tip. And Morrison and Brecken are there. And net violation on the Lions gives a point to the Owls. Owls are now up 13-9. Short serve and a little too short, not clearing the net. Gives an easy point to Liberty Christian. Owls leading by 3. Ivy. Garrett. Elvin tipped up the block. Back set. Ivy's there. Garrett pushes it over. There's a roll shot. Ivy. Garrett. Back row attack from Ivy. Tip there. Nagel sends it to Garrett. To Morrison. And lands on the line. Point for the Owls. Owls back up to a 4-point lead. 14-10. Katie Scott comes in the lineup to serve for the Owls. Middle attack into the block of Elvin and Ivy. Scott sends it up to Bracken. She sends it over. And Ivy with the solo block. Owls up 15-10. Scott with the low fast serve. pushed over. Scott, Garrett, Ivy tips it over. Free ball. Scott handles it. Ivy, or Garrett, Elvin. She hits the back corner for the kill. And with that, the Lions take a timeout. Excuse me. Want to thank Creek Run Environmental Engineering, taking pride in what we do. With 24 years of service, find them at creekrun.com. Mardi Grill, serving the best Egyptian food in Muncie. Stop in for lunch, dinner, coffee, or drinks. It's good for groups, dine-in, or takeout. Find them at Mardi Grill on Facebook or stop in at 2144 West White River Boulevard. Star Insurance, committed to serving the needs of our community by protecting what matters most, both professionally and personally. Stop in at 400 North High Street, Muncie. And you keep track of all Burris Athletics on Twitter at Burris Athletics 1. Katie Scott with the serve. There's the back set. The roll shot. Scott dives for it. Ivy with the good hustle play, and Bracken can't get there quite in time. And it'll go back over to the Lions. Owls leading by 5, 16-11. Scott Ivy with a big swing. And that lands out of bounds. Point to the Owls. Meyer enters the lineup for the Owls. Meyer serve. Cross court. Scott to Garrett. Elvin, and it's tipped out of bounds. Point for the Owls. Freshman Meyer with the short serve. Scott, Garrett, Ivy, right down the middle. If that had been bowling, that would have been a strike. Meyer to serve again. Over the block, Scott one-hands it, but tips it out of bounds. And it'll go back over to the Lions. Owls up 7, 19-12. Owls seem to have the match set in hand. Struggled a little bit at the beginning. Ivy, that'll leave a mark. Point for the Owls, now up 20-12. Annie Elvin back to serve. Tipped over, and that lands right inside the line. That'll be a point for the Lions. Owls still up 7, 20-13. Nagel returns to the lineup for the Owls. High serve handled by Nagel. Garrett sends it over to Carmichael. She sends it down the line. Free ball set over. Scott. Garrett. Ivy with the big kill. Owls up 21-13. Cross court serve from Ivy. Cross court. Nagel's there. Morrison with the out of system. Carmichael. And it lands inbounds. Point for the Owls. Now up 22-13. Ivy with the serve. There's the roll shot. Meyer to Garrett. Carmichael sits there and waits for it. Tipped over, but Nagel's there. Garrett back sets it over to the net. And that sails out of bounds. Point for the Owls. Owls will open up a 10-point lead, 23-13. Ivy continuing to serve. And that one lands in bounds for an ace. This will be set point. And bounced around off a couple of the Lions. And that'll be the end of the first set. Owls take it 25-13. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second set. Owls fans will get ready to start the second set. Owls took the first one, 25-13. Won a 16-4 run at the end. The Owls were tied up at 9 points apiece. And Liberty Christian will have first serve here. And we're off and into the net. Easy point for the Owls. Number 17, Corinne Meyer into the lineup to serve for the Owls. Fast serve lands in the corner. Point for the Owls. Free ball sent over by the Lions. Nagel to Garrett. Ivy smashes it to the hardwood there. Owls are up 3-0. Meyer serve, handled, tipped there. Nagel's there to cover it. Garrett over to Elvin. Down the line, there's the set, into the middle, pushed over. Meyer to Garrett. And off to the side from Ivy, point for the Owls. Now up 4-0. Meyer to serve again. She sends it across court. And that'll be an ace for the Owls. They've opened up a 5-0 lead. And with that, the Lions will take a timeout. Want to thank Moo Southwest Grill. There is no Lion team, but there is an Lion burrito. They offer delicious Mexican cuisine made fresh ingredients daily. Find them at 909 West McGalliard. Rod Cross with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood because we have you covered. Contact Rod for all your auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance needs. Find him on White River Boulevard or contact him at 765-284-5543. Mahdi Grill, serving authentic Egyptian grilled food. Good for groups, dine-in, or takeout. Find them on Mahdi Grill on Facebook or 2144 West White River Boulevard. O'Neill and Associates, with more than 15 years of dedicated personalized service. They're located at 3503 West Fox Ridge Lane, Muncie. Owls are up 5-0. Corinne Meyer back to serve. And another point for the Owls. Now leading 6-0. Middle attack, and Scott Nagel sends it back to the middle. Garrett will push it over. pushed over. Elvin to Garrett. And she back sets it over to the net, surprising the Lions, and that's the 7th point for the Owls. And Scott to Garrett. Ivy for the kill. Owls are on a roll, 8-0 here. Meyer continuing to serve. There's a short one for an ace! Outside attack, Sales. Point for the Owls. Oh! Owls being honest, call a touch, and give Liberty Christian their first point. Owls now up 9-1. There's a serve handled by Nagel. Garrett back sets Elvin, and she puts it down. Oh, it dug up by the Lions. And sent over Garrett. Ivy. Cross-court attack, and that sails out of bounds. Point to the Owls. Carmichael enters the lineup for the Owls. Annie Elvin back to serve. And service error on the Owls, and that gives Liberty Christian their second point. Owls still leading 10-2. Scott dives in. Garrett. Carmichael pushes it over. And a free ball. Nagel's there to Garrett. Ivy. Free ball. Ooh, mistimed in. Luckily, Carmichael's there. Into the block. And it goes into the outside of the net. And that's a point for Liberty Christian. Owls still up 10-3. Scott handles the serve. Back set to Ivy. And the Lions are there to cover it. And that sails out over the antenna. Point for the Lions. Meyer. Garrett sets it over. Free ball into the net and point to the Owls. Mia Morrison enters the lineup for the Owls, and Michael Ivy will be back to serve. And a free ball sent over. Meyer to Garrett. Back row attack from Ivy for the kill. Do want to give a shout out to Danny Ivy. He's watching us today on the Cube. It's a little bit quiet in the gym here without him helping cheer on the Owls, but we know he's here in spirit. And the Lions take a timeout. And we want to thank Fred and Diana Palmer with State Farm Insurance for their support of Burris Volleyball, as well as Wendy Meyer with LuLaRoe, where fashion meets comfort. Find her at Wendy Meyer LuLaRoe on Facebook. Gaddis Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. You can find an assortment of vehicles, both new and pre-owned, at 1717 North Wheeling. Their friendly and highly knowledgeable staff is dedicated to your satisfaction. And Texas Roadhouse. Enjoy a little bit of Texas right here in Muncie on 200 West McGalliard. And we get back. As always, you can follow all of Burris Athletics on Twitter at Burris Athletics 1, as well as my broadcast at Owls TV 1. Ivy, serve into the net. Point to the Lions. Owls are up 12-5. Serve handled by Nagel. Garrett sends it over to Morrison, and she splits her defenders for the kill. Rosie Bracken enters the lineup, and Khalees Garrett will go back to serve. Garrett's doing the setting today. She stepped up in the absence of Chloe McGrew, who's out with a concussion. Miscommunication there, lets it land inbounds. Point to the Lions. Owls are now up 13-6. Nagel to Garrett. Carmichael. And that lands inbounds. Point to the Owls. Alvin returns to the lineup, and Nagel will be back to serve for the Owls as they lead 14-6. Ace for Nagel. Short serve. There's the back set into the middle. Ivy's there with the dig. And Elvin with the swing into the block, landing on the Lions side of the net. Point for the Owls. Now up by 10, 16-6. And that just lands out of bounds. And that'll be side out to the Lions. Owls leading 16-7. Nagel dives under it. Garrett, back row attack from Ivy. And that gets pushed out of bounds. Point to the Owls, back to their 10-point lead. Katie Scott comes in for serving duties. Ace for Scott. And Lions trying to dump it off the side, but don't get it over to the tape. That's a point to the Owls, now leading by 12, 19-7. Scott serves, rolls over the net. Ivy pushes it off the side. Owls up 20-7. And that one sails out of bounds. Point to the point to the Lions. Check that, sorry. Lions to serve. Scott handles it. Garrett gets under it. Elvin with the swing into the block. Free ball set over, and Garrett, Nagel with the out of system. Elvin, and that'll sail out. Owls still leading 20-9. Scott to Garrett. Ivy, flips the top of the tape and lands on the Owl side. Owls still up by 10, 20-10. Scott. Garrett tips it over. Right side attack. Ivy's there. Garrett pushes it over this time. Right side. And that sails out of bounds. Point to the Owls. Now up 21-10. Meyer, the serve is over. Scott's there to dig it up. Garrett. Elvin sends it across court. Free ball sent over. Ivy's there. Oh, it gets caught in the net. And that'll be a point for the Lions. I'll still hold a 10-point lead, 21-11. There's a serve, goes to Meyer. Garrett, Ivy puts it down. And net violation on Liberty Christian gives a point to the Owls. Carmichael returns to the front row. Annie Elvin will be back to serve. As Owls have doubled up the score, 22-11. There's an ace for Elvin. Ooh, service error on the Owls. Owls leading Liberty Christian 23-12. Meyer to Garrett. Carmichael pushes it over. And net violation on the Owls gives a point to Liberty Christian. Owls still up by 10, 23-13. Scott handles it. Meyer's going to send it forward. Carmichael's going to send it over. It's tipped over, but Meyer's there. Garrett. Ivy with the quick set. Garrett. Off the block, and Nagel covers. Garrett pushes it over. Off the block, Meyer, Garrett, Carmichael. And that goes into the net. And that gives Liberty Christian their 14th point. Owls still leading, 23-14. And service error sends it back to the Owls. That'll send Michael Ivy back to the line, serving for match point. Morrison returns to the lineup. Serve from Ivy. Free ball. Ivy to Garrett, sends it over to Carmichael. And that'll land on the floor. Point for the Owls. Owls win 25-14, 25-13. And that'll take them to the championship match. And we will have that shortly on the next link. We'll be switching over to the other gym, and we'll find out who the opponent is. So stay tuned, and thank you for viewing.